Okay, confession time. I turned this thing on just to test it, and 2 hours later, I was still sitting there rewatching scenes I've already seen 100 times. That's the kind of product this is. This is the Bose Smart Ultra Soundbar, and if you've been scrolling reviews trying to figure out whether this is actually worth the premium price or just another shiny rectangle with big promises, you're in the right place. Because I've lived with it. I've annoyed my neighbors with it. And I've found the stuff Bose doesn't exactly shout about. Let's get into it. First impressions. This does not feel like a normal soundbar. Right out of the box, the vibe is very clear. This is a premium object. It's compact, surprisingly slim, and the build quality is honestly kind of ridiculous. The metal grille feels solid, the finish is clean, and then there's the glass top, which looks incredible. Until you realize it reflects your TV like a mirror and collects fingerprints like it's being paid to do so. It's gorgeous. It's also a magnet for smudges. That pretty much sums up the Smart Ultra's personality. Setup. The easiest weird thing you'll ever do. Setup is almost insultingly easy. One HDMI EARC cable, power cord, done. Then the Bose Music app jumps in and says, "Hey, put this microphone on your head." Yes, on your head. You look ridiculous, but the adaptic room calibration works fast and nails it. It actually tunes the soundbar to your space instead of guessing, and once it's done, you immediately hear the difference. After that, controlling this thing is effortless. App, remote, touch controls, voice pick your weapon. Alexa is built in and actually works well. No yelling, no lag, just responsive. This is Bose at its most user-friendly. Sound quality. The good kind of dangerous. Let's talk sound because this is where things get interesting. The first thing you notice is width. Sound stretches way beyond the physical edges of the bar. Movies feel open. Games feel expansive. Music feels like it's breathing. Dialogue? Crystal clear. Like shockingly clear. Bose's AI dialogue mode doesn't just boost voices, it balances them. Explosions can be happening, music swelling, chaos everywhere. And you still catch every word without riding the volume button like it owes you money. Now, about Dolby Atmos. Yes, it's here. Yes, it's immersive. No, it's not going to convince you there are speakers in your ceiling. You get space, you get separation, you get movement, but that vertical rain falling from above effect, it's subtle. Present, but not dramatic. And honestly, for a single soundbar without rears or a sub, that's not shocking. Where it does slightly stumble is low-end punch. Bass is clean and controlled, but it doesn't hit you in the chest unless you pair it with a Bose bass module. If you're a feel-it-in-your-bones person, you'll notice that. The upside? The sound never feels muddy or bloated. Everything stays organized, even at higher volumes. Music and streaming. Mostly fantastic with one caveat. Streaming music over Wi-Fi sounds excellent wide, detailed, balanced. Bluetooth? Still good, but not wow. There's a tiny bit of softness and blur compared to wired or Wi-Fi playback. Not enough to ruin it, just enough that audio nerds will notice. TrueSpace does a clever job expanding stereo content, but it sometimes insists on doing its thing even when you might want a flatter, purist sound. You can't fully tell it to chill. It's Bose saying, "Trust us." Most of the time, that trust is deserved. Design reality check. Visually, this thing is stunning under a TV, especially if you've got a 48-inch setup or larger. But that glass top, you will notice reflections during bright scenes. You will wipe it more than you expect. It looks premium. It behaves like glass. Worth knowing. So, is it worth buying? Here's the honest take. If you want, a beautifully built soundbar that feels genuinely premium. Dialogue that never gets lost. Wide, immersive sound without cluttering your room. Dead simple setup and excellent controls. This thing delivers. If you expect, earth-shaking bass without adding a sub. Over-the-top Dolby Atmos height effects, multiple HDMI pass-through ports, you might feel like something's missing. But here's the thing: as a daily soundbar, one you use for movies, shows, sports, YouTube, gaming, it's dangerously good. And once you hear that clarity and balance, going back to TV speakers feels painful. Final thought. The Bose Smart Ultra Soundbar isn't trying to be the loudest or the wildest. It's trying to be refined, intelligent, and effortless. And for the right person, especially someone who values clean sound, smart features, and premium design, this might be the soundbar that quietly ruins everything else for you. If you've been on the fence, yeah, I get it. But once you hear it in your own space, that fence disappears real fast.